We recording?
We are. No, Morak.
Morak Carhalo?
Morhack Carhalo. I might change it to Morhack.
Morjack.
Nope. I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it fresh. Not mean.
Morlack.
Yeah, Morlack is pretty good too.
Morlack.
Mahorlock.
Mahorlock is pretty good.
Yeah, I should use that I should use that ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I played a ton of Has-Been Heroes
Mm-hmm.
this weekend. I got 2 new characters
Mm-hmm.
that are fucking. They ball out of control.
Okay.
I got this. I have a new warrior that when he hits targets from the back, he gets a 50% damage bonus.
Oh, so when he does that backward slide?
Yeah, exactly. Then he gets a buff that gives him another 50% damage. And it's you don't get through that. Like,
Yeah.
You die.
Yeah.
It requires more planning, but it's been so interesting to see how from the beginning to now, like the very first warrior, like a one-hit class that I had the hot potato,
Right.
right? Then the second one, the luchador, had that electric palm that would strike targets and diminish their stamina substantially.
Right.
But it was only on hit, it wasn't just an ability.
Yeah.
This new guy doesn't have any of those. He doesn't have a stamina buster.
Okay.
What he has is an inherent freeze.
Mm.
So he hits you with this freeze, and freezing is outside the stamina system. If you're frozen, you can't defend yourself with stamina, but you also can't get knocked back super far. So if I freeze you and then I whack you, you're taking real
It goes
damage.
right to HP.
Exactly, but you're not in a position to. It doesn't help you manage them. The CC on it isn't as good, but they
Right.
take a bunch of damage. That's a pretty complicated idea,
Yeah.
and they just introduced it. So I'm like 5 or 6 maps in.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool game. I just think they made it way too hard.
Oh my God, is it hard?
I mean,
It's
I
so
would
hard.
say 99% of people will never see the character that you just talked about.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. Well, 99% of people will never get to where you got.
No, I enjoyed it. I think it's really good, but
Yeah.
it's too fucking hard.
Oh man, is it hard? But it's just so interesting how they keep just removing the training wheels,
Right.
and they've taken it to a really different, like a very different mode of interaction.
That's what's crazy, is that crazy hard game I'm playing is the training wheels mode.
It is. It totally is. Hey, but like I say, so I was playing Has-Been Heroes, and then I kept seeing that you were on, and so yesterday I was like, oh, I wonder if he's actually on or if the system is just in the house. And then it said that you were playing ARMS, which surprised me.
I played ARMS all weekend.
Yeah.
Probably
I was,
a million hours.
I was like, give or take.
Give or take.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I hope that he is playing it. Because when I played it on the stream on Friday, I found something really interesting that I
did
didn't
too,
know
yeah.
was there.
Yeah, I didn't either. The main thing for me was not playing it with motion controls.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think you can play it with motion controls, but I just didn't understand what type of game it was. I thought it was a game that they built to be like a novelty thing where you use the motion controls and it's like, hey, look, you got a fist in each hand, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, and you can do that.
you can do that, but it's actually an incredibly technical fighting game that you can play with a pad.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're never going to dedicate yourself to a game where if you block or don't block is going to be based on how it interprets a specific angle of the...
Ugh.
Right?
no.
I mean,
Yeah.
you would never do that.
Yeah.
And I played it with the motion controls just to sort of get my head around the game.
Yeah.
And it's for me, that interaction is fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if I didn't get a block off, I was like, okay, a big part of this,
Yeah.
it's my intention to block. Like I was getting the timings right. It's going to be like Goku doing training in that craft.
Is this a Dragon Ball Z reference? I know that Goku is a Dragon Ball's name, right?
Yeah, well, it's not a name of one of the balls. It isn't like the ball isn't named that.
Are the Dragon Balls not the main characters?
It's a person. No, they're balls. They're just there's these balls. They're Dragon Balls. Listen,
What's so great about these fucking dragon testicles?
listen. We'll cover that in a future podcast. What I'm saying is that I think that I would probably be like my timings. I think are better than I'm getting rewarded for on the motion controls.
Probably, yeah.
So I think it'd be fun to get it and jump in there. But some of the fist options are really sophisticated.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what it was first of all, the art kept me.
I think it's wicked.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing art. Like, it's fucking incredible design.
Like Ribbon Girl.
But I think what's her name? Min. She's got the bob cut.
Yeah, the robot.
No. This is the girl with the beanie.
Oh no,
She's got a dragon arm and
no. I know exactly what
I think
you mean.
Min is her name.
No. Her stage is the ramen bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her design is fucking incredible. Like, it blows me away. But anyway, so I went back for art, kept playing it, and I was reading the subreddit, and people were talking about this like super. They were talking about the game in a way that made me realize I was not playing the actual game. I hadn't found it,
right?
Yet.
So were they getting into fighting game community stuff like frames?
Not frames. So I mean, maybe there's some of that.
Like, what was the cue?
For me, the rock paper scissors idea of punch beats throw, throw beats block, block beats punch.
Yes,
and then just trying to be mobile, but also each fist having a different arc.
Yes.
Right? Like some go straight out in front of you and can't really move. Some will curve way out to the side and hit them from, a weird angle. But then the other thing that really kept me going all weekend was the fucking multiplayer.
Oh, I think it's really great. I was playing it against the Hyper RPG channel challenged us.
Oh yeah.
And so I lost the first round, which is up to like 20 points. It's like a Grand Prix for fighting games.
Yeah.
And some of the modes are cooperative.
Yeah. Yeah, like, hey, here's a whole room of people. You two fight. Now you three fight.
Yeah, it's
now you two fight you two.
Fight club.
Now all three of you fight a boss.
You see, now I was there, and they had two people on their Switch.
Yeah.
So it was me and these two. So you're saying out there because I couldn't connect from back there. Mm-hmm. It could have been a router thing, but I couldn't connect to the generalized pool of players. So if you go to a generalized pool, it's just like Mario Kart, except it's a fighting game. Like, it's a room full of people, and then it just matches you up.
You see a big room, and everybody has their icons sort of
circling
around.
Yeah, okay, I saw that part.
And then you'll just see them, like, grab two people and put you together and be like, okay, you two are going to fight now. And then it'll grab... And you can watch, because the fights, there will be a big circle, and you'll see all the icons in it, who's in that game, what their health is, so you'll know when it's over, what type of game they're playing. And then when it finishes, they just pop back out into the main room, and then it'll grab two more people and put them together. But Noah and I played together.
Yeah.
So we're on the same Switch. So sometimes it'll be like, okay, me and Noah versus... split screen versus two other people.
No.
Yeah, sometimes it'll be, okay, just Noah versus one other person.
Well, see, we only had 3 people. So tell me about what's going on with the multiple characters. So you had a chance to play with Noah against other people.
Yeah, you can do a 2v2.
This is actually new.
But it's crazy because your characters are tied together.
Yeah.
So you're punching, you're doing great. They pick up Noah and throw him across the fucking map, and I go with him. Regardless of, because I'm fucking tied to him.
Yeah.
But it makes for a crazy game. But this idea that, like, now we're both together. Now it's just me. Now it's just him. It's just so smart.
When you can cheer on, right?
Yeah.
So do you end up, does it just go through and match everybody up? Or is there parts of it where you're spectating? You're
never spectating a fight. I mean, you can see the fight as a graphical element where you can see their icons on their health going down.
Oh.
And you know that they're in there fighting.
Okay, so it isn't just like, here's a group of people, we're going to match up these 3, everybody watches them go.
No.
Okay.
So while they're doing there's like, 12 people in a room.
Yeah.
And so 3 are doing this, it'll grab these 2, and then they come back out at weird times, and they just keep grabbing people and putting them together.
So we've talked about the cooperative one.
Yeah.
So when you have 2 people on your team, how many different game types can you play as a cooperative force?
Well, we did basketball. No, we didn't do basketball. Basketball I've only seen 1-on-1. We did volleyball, 2v2.
Okay, so you can do 2v2
yeah,
volleyball?
2v2 volleyball is really fun.
I love the volleyball game. I love the bump set.
The one where you're hitting targets, 2v2.
Yes.
Which is also super fun. You can do a boss fight where it's us 2 and somebody else versus a boss.
Totally.
I think you can do everything but that. I didn't see that one.
Is there 2v2 brawls?
What do you mean?
Like just a fight without
where you're not connected by a rope?
Well, no. I mean, is there a 2v2 version where it's just the basic fight without any sports or targets or
Yeah.
okay.
That's where you're
That's the
where you're
tied
tied
one?
together, yeah.
Okay. That's not a universal. That's just like
No.
we're fighting each other.
If
That's
you do
what it looks like.
1v1v1, you're not obviously not tied to anybody.
Oh shit.
That's a crazy fucking fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That must be gruesome.
Yeah, where you're just sort of watching. A lot of times it ends up being if you win a game, you get a couple points. If you lose a game, you get like 1 point.
Yeah.
So when you pop back out, your points are above your head. So in this room, you can see some people have 90 points, some people have 10 points. They've been in there longer. Whatever.
Oh, is it 100 to win those?
There's no real victory condition. You're just in there hanging out playing games.
If you play a mode against a friend,
yeah,
there's 20.
Oh,
there's a cap. I wonder if there's ways to set room caps.
Maybe. I mean, I've seen people with 230 points.
Oh. Yeah, well, and you need those so you can go play the fucking Get Arms game.
You need that. But here's the thing I discovered this weekend. If you win 6 matches in a row, they start giving you penalties. So you go into a fight, and it was like, hey, your health has been reduced by 25% now. But if you win, you get 3 points instead of 2. And then it's like, hey, your health has been reduced by 75% now because you've won 10 in a row.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of bullshit.
Well, 25% is too much.
Yeah. 75% is too much.
Well, no. I'm saying 75% is way too much.
Yeah.
25% is okay. That isn't that crazy.
But the better you're doing, the more they...
Yeah. They're applying some external pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main realization that I had, and I wasn't able to get to this during the test punch.
Yeah.
Now that I can actually sort of play it and, connect and do things like that, it's a real game.
It is.
You don't always know. Sometimes you'll get something on a Nintendo platform and it's a toy.
Yeah, I thought it was a motion controller gimmicky thing.
Exactly, and I don't denigrate that. Yeah. But as someone who plays fighting games and brawlers, like I like the 2-tier thing. I like it to be fun, but I want it to have enough depth so that it can sort of meet me where I am. If I want to give it more time and attention,
yeah, you can.
There's a reward, and you definitely can.
Yeah, I went through and did a bunch of the training. It's fucking hard.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because I wanted to get access to people online, like in the ranked matches.
Yeah, you have to beat GP4.
You have to beat a level 4, and that's pretty
really
hard. That's pretty hard to do once.
Yeah, I beat 1, 2, and I'm about halfway through 3 right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just very impressed.
I am. Yeah, I'm glad that the art was really what made me come back to it. So I would not have if it wasn't so goddamn gorgeous.
All right, now
Amy does not like the art, which tells me that she has horrible taste.
It has a vibe.
Yeah,
and it's a weird one. The lighting and everything about it definitely makes them seem like toys.
Yeah,
like they seem like amiibos.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder what it is that she doesn't like about it.
I don't
know. I've never seen anything like it.
No, I think it's great. Yeah, it's very 90s too. The whole palette and
the colors.
Yeah, Kid Cobra.
Yeah, Kid Cobra is great.
Yeah,
dude, and his
skate park.
His snake boards.
Yeah,
but his Slamamander fists. I mean,
yeah.
First of all, you don't want to get hit by them because they hit you really hard.
Yeah.
But also, it's just so denigrating.
Dude, it's slapped. Yeah. But also, they knock you down. They have a knockdown effect.
Yeah. But then you can you're charging the fists. Like sometimes you want to get in some quick ones, and sometimes you want to charge up, and then.
Yeah, I think the worst thing about it is it doesn't help you much at all.
Mm-mm.
It hides a lot of the stuff from you.
Yeah.
Even the training is like hidden down at the bottom of the versus menu, which I think is weird.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
Like for how sophisticated it is, you'd think that they might have a better on-ramp. But honestly, I think Splatoon is very sophisticated too.
Yeah.
And there's not much of an on-ramp there either. Like they have the single-player mode, like you can practice.
Right.
But I think Splatoon is more sophisticated than people have given it credit for too. There's something really fucking interesting happening over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't know. I think the Switch is the perfect place for these ambitions.
Yeah.
Because you get everything. Like you get the whole thing. You get the home.
Mm-hmm.
You get that travel time. You get the mobile stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really, I don't know. Like for me, it's all a multiplier. Like I love using it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you give me a good game, like now I'm playing this great game while I'm using
on the system I love.
Yeah. Anyway, so is there an ARMS thing?
There could be.
We both played a shit ton of it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of frustration in it. It's
There
hard
is.
as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, and for some reason it's like when you look at it, you have certain expectations,
yeah.
and they're not true. They're just not
Yeah.
true. And holy shit, is that goo guy weird?
Oh yeah, Helix, is that his name or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Just moist.
Yeah, I'm playing Ninjaro. He's my main.
Yeah. So he does he teleport on jump?
He can teleport if you jump and dash, he teleports. But
Yeah.
also, if he's blocking and gets hit, he automatically teleports.
Those are oh, that's right. And then I keep trying to. There's a way to block and riposte.
If you attack right after, I think is what it is.
Yeah. And then but each of the characters has like
A passive.
a really tasteful, like a really interesting thing that makes them special.
Yeah.
The goo guy's got all kinds of his jump is not like anybody else's jump.
Well, no,
God, it's weird.
it's weird. And then Ribbon Girl can do the double jump.
Yeah, and Kid Cobra has this amazing midair leap.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just good.
it's good.
There's a lot in there.
And there was a point in time where I was getting thrown a lot.
Mhm.
Like if you're not paying attention, or if you don't really understand it, you can just get tossed all around. And I have no problem now punishing people who don't know how to defend against the throw. I'll throw them all around.
Oh yeah,
I don't feel any shame. Like learn how to be better.
yeah. And basically,
I've won games by throwing every move being a throw just because they can't figure out how to block it.
yeah, and I would do that with I'd do that with Jun Kazama.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know that straight punches and kicks
Are gonna get countered.
are going to get countered 100% of the time, that's not my fault.
Yeah.
Like again, it's like, what is the purpose of this? Like I'm not a competitive person.
But victory is the fucking
Yeah,
purpose.
but ostensibly there is something we're both trying to get here,
Yeah.
right? And I like to play games to learn systems and things like that too. But at a certain point, if something's working,
Oh yeah.
you know, yeah, exactly. It's definitely an L2P nub scenario as far as the throws.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Also, we went to the game store for Father's Day yesterday, and I got
Ooh.
some new board games.
Like what?
I picked up TAC.
Oh,
Tap's
nice,
game.
nice. One Deck Dungeon
Mm-hmm.
is out of control.
I didn't get that. I
You-
didn't see that.
You will next time you see it at a
Mhm.
store, get it right away.
Okay.
And you may want to, is it Evan, you and Noah and Gabe and Kara?
Mm-hmm.
You want to get 2 copies
Oh, okay.
because if you have 2 copies, then you can all play.
Oh, it's a 2-player.
It's a 1 or 2 player game
Okay.
that simulates dungeon crawling really, really well.
One Deck Dungeon.
One Deck Dungeon. You want to get a
This
piece.
podcast brought to you
Yeah,
by
I
One
would.
Deck Dungeon.
Contact me. Asmodee Games. I'm right here.
I also got this
I'm
Harry
ready to
Potter Battle for Hogwarts deck building game that Kara and Gabe wanted to get. We haven't tried it yet. We're gonna try it tonight.
Is it based on the old one?
No, it's a co-op deck building game.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Who made it?
It was a brand new publisher, the guy told me, and I had never heard of him.
Well, how'd they get the fucking gold-ass
I
license?
don't know.
Hogwarts Battle?
I think that's what it was called.
Let's see. The publisher is from... What? The publisher is USA-opoly?
Yeah, I know what that is. Is that the company that makes all the weird Opolis?
Yes!
Like Zelda Opoly?
USA-opoly began in 1994 with a great idea for a hometown spin on the classic Monopoly game. After securing permission from Hasbro to license the world-famous property, the San Diego edition of Monopoly was born, and so was USA-opoly. We started with cities, colleges, and popular themes. Okay. All right.
I have to admit, I've never played a non-Monopoly Opoly.
No, me either. So what do people think about this?
So now they've got the Harry Potter license, and they're making a fucking
From
scratch
Well, it's like
game?
they know exactly how to do all this stuff.
Sure, they can make a game, put
Well,
it
yeah,
in a
I mean,
box.
yeah, they know how to do all the mechanical stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they roll in, they get get the designers rolling, 2 to 4 players, cool brand.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to read some reviews of this.
The guy at Uncle's told me that he had heard nothing but good stuff about it, so I picked it up on his recommendation.
Yeah, I mean the reality is that 7.6 on Board Game Geek is like the higher end of the.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
would never trust Board Game Geek.
No,
No.
why not? Have you been bitten?
I've never been bitten, but I mean, I've read the threads there, so I know what sort of person
I
frequents Board Game Geek.
I see, and it's not your audience. You don't think?
I think that they're going to be harder on a board game than I would be.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's
I think
probably
that's
true.
probably true. I think I'm wanting to have a good time with my wife and son who both love Harry Potter. and that's different from these, very nice gentlemen who hang out in Board Game Geek and obsess over percentages and numbers and
Right. Yeah. These reviews are juice, man.
yeah.
You gotta let me know.
Well, we should play it tonight, so I'll tell you.
Okay. Now it's time to create. I say we should try to put a stamp on Arms.
Arms.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really did. I thought it was going to be like a diversion, and there's something really meaty.
Yeah.
In this stew pot. It's something flavorful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Woo woo. And it's a genuinely weird idea.
Yeah.
I used to attack my sister with a slinky.
Oh, you throw it out and try to hit her? Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And I was good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it translates. I think I started out on second base with Arms just because I had so much experience.
Extending your reach.
Yeah, extending my reach using springs as weapons.
Yeah, I like it. Like I said in my tweet, though, I really am worried that, like, is this time I'm investing in getting good at this game? Like, obviously it's a fun game and I'm enjoying it, but is anyone else going to play Arms ever again?
Maybe.
The subreddit is eerily quiet, which worries me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. If you invest in a competitive game, you're investing in a community.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not good at thinking like that. That's a totally legitimate thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's how you should be thinking about it.
The reason to get good at a fighting game is to dominate other people.
Right.
So if there's no other people playing, it's like somewhere there's a guy who's like the best balls player.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like
game?
Conan, right?
Yeah.
It's just Conan looking bored on a throne.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, congratulations. You're the best clay fighter
You're the king of
player
nobody.
in the world.
Where's your crown king? Nothing.
Oh.
Metallica.
Metallica. Load. 1995. I don't know when it came out. It's a guess.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
Where'd you crap? Sorry.
Where'd you go? King nothing.
Damn it. But no, it's just I feel like just like that seems like a universal to me.
Well, it's not that you don't feel it.
What's that?
You don't feel it.
Oh, not specifically when it comes to Arms. Just the idea that you're going to invest in something and you don't really know what the end result is going to be. Like, that's universal.
Yeah.
Like, specifically related to Arms. Like,
Yeah.
I build skills in games very, very rarely.
Me too.
Right. Like, when we got into BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, like, we invested.
Right. It's
Right.
a decision. To me, a fighting game is like, okay, I'm going to make a commitment to learn how to do this shit.
Right. But when it comes to how some of this stuff plays out, like, Has Been Heroes is single player,
Yeah.
but I've invested myself substantially in it, right? I don't know, aside from, enjoyment,
Sure.
what's that?
Who's that for?
Diabetics. And so, I mean, aside from enjoyment, like, who knows?
Yeah, but a fighting game to me doesn't offer the same enjoyment if you're just playing the computer.
Oh, no.
Like playing
No.
Has Been Heroes, yeah, that's a puzzle game, but to me, a fighting game requires a community of people to play against.
Well, to be a fighting game.
Yeah, like Soul Calibur, anything like a lot of that was just the other people out there playing the game.
Exactly. But to me, but asking that question
Yeah,
is, and then trying to answer it or just to show like one way that it can manifest where you're like the boss of nobody.
yeah,
It seems interesting to me as a construct.
yeah. Man, you're putting some serious time into Arms.
Putting in works.
and work.
Yeah, I mean, is it better as a question or is it better phrased as reflection?
Maybe
It might just be
reflection.
Gabe.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you're definitely putting in the work, but I think this is a concern that Gabe has,
yeah,
right? Yeah, but the idea that it's like enjoyment. Like we did a strip like that a while ago, but I think it's worth doing again.
yeah.
It's like when you were making the Thornwatch thing,
Oh yeah,
and it was just like rad, beautiful work,
yeah.
and that like wasn't sufficient.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a waste of time.
Yeah. Improving a skill or having a creative outlet,
Yeah,
just a waste of time.
yeah. Doing something that inspires me to do more things like that. Like you were saying, like what do you do to recharge the batteries? Like
Yeah, create things.
create things. Yeah,
Yeah, not everything is like we got a bunch of empty boxes. Everything.
yeah.
I need to make sure you put things inside these boxes. No, that's actually not how it works at all. That's not how creative works, and it's not how creative people work. I'm putting all this time into ARMS, but what am I getting? Entertainment?
Entertainment?
Leisure? Yeah, but for me, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's not what you want.
Not in a fighting game.
Well, no, exactly. That's from any game. It's not just fighting games.
Yeah.
You're not going to be satisfied. You go to these things so that it's basically like a museum. Think about it like that, and then tell me if that feels true to you. When you go into these games, you're looking at art.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to them like a place.
Uh-huh.
And you know what I mean? I remember when we used to play Darksiders, you just walk around.
Yeah.
It's like the Museum of Hell.
Yeah.
It's like, we're skulls, but more than that, our mouths are full of lava.
See, you're trying to diminish it.
No, I think that's actually something you and I agree on. Like, it goes so far. Like, when you look at like Warcraft,
Yeah.
they push it so far.
Yeah.
Like, they take the basic concept and they just wring it out.
Mm-hmm.
This is even fucking. This starts at World of Warcraft.
It starts with skull shoulders.
Yeah, that's the ante. Leisure entertainment. I don't. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. The only reason to get good at a fighting game is so you can beat other people.
Yeah, it keeps coming back to Conan, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's like you see your enemy driven before you.
They'll hear the lamentations.
You hear the lamentations of the women.
Of the women.
I haven't seen that in a super long time. I wonder if it holds up at all.
I would be surprised if it did. I think it probably doesn't.
It seems like that would be a tough one.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only reason to get good at a fighting game is so you can
Humiliate
humiliate strangers.
strangers.
No, there's other people. That's enough.
People, yeah.
Yeah, it's like what if there's what if what if there's no.
What if no community forms around this game?
Yeah, exactly. Then you will have had a ton of you have a lot of fun for no reason.
For no reason. I'm sure I'm putting hours in, but what if nobody's playing this game next year?
Yeah, but what if nobody's playing it in a couple months?
In a couple months, yeah. Then you still would have had a bunch of fun.
Resan.
What?
Beakuas.
Biakuas.
Yeah, I'm putting all this time into ARMS, but what am I getting? Leisure?
Leisure?
Entertainment? Fuck that shit. The only reason to get good at a fighting game is so you can humiliate other people. Sure, I'm crushing them now. But what if nobody's playing in a couple months? Then you would have had fun for no reason.
No reason.
Yeah.
But when I cast the pot, it's like I cast the rod, keeping it hard like a motherfucker gas robot.
I'm reeling cod, today's fresh catch. I mean a podcast, something about nets.
Yes, it gets better when it's winter. I'm fettered by my fish gear, catch and release. Get in that crease when my fish near.
Talk about a plant best laid off that stray. And yes, I crave that tuna with his peck fin splayed. But while I'm glistening from the whole sea, you better listen into TLC.
I got that wild caught salmon. It's tender and it's moist.
Downloadable content, a podcast of choice.